Welcome back. CBS News have much more on that coming up at 6:30.
A stinky situation is brewing in 3 rural towns in Tippecanoe County. Officials are moving forward with a multi-million-dollar project to install sewer systems in Americus, Buck Creek, and Colburn.
But News 18's Joe Paul reports on why more than 140 residents there have signed a petition opposing the project.
This started roughly 5 years ago with a complaint to the Indiana Department of Environmental Management. The complaint stated that outdated septic systems in Buck Creek were overflowing and draining into the watershed. Officials determined that 2 nearby towns could also be facing similar issues, and that spurred a years-long investigation into those towns' aging infrastructure.
We hope to find a more cost-effective way to put this project in place and address the issues of clean water.
Colburn resident John DeLong is leading the charge against a $9 million sewer project in 3 rural towns. The project could add a hefty monthly bill.
You're going to put between $64 and $120 per month onto the budgets of these people who live in Colburn, Americus, and Buck Creek. And many of those people are retired and living on Social Security, and this is a very significant cost for them.
The project would add sewer systems in each of those towns and connect them to a central treatment facility. DeLong has gathered more than 140 signatures in opposition to the project.
The people who have signed the petition are concerned about our waterways, but we believe that this has not been done in a fair and equitable manner.
County Commissioner Tracy Brown says he's looking into grant funding and low-cost loans to bring costs down.
Offsetting that construction cost then drives that monthly cost a lot lower. If you told anybody that their monthly living expenses were going to go up $75 to $100 a month, that would be a grave concern.
DeLong says the county should consider smaller, self-contained facilities in each of those towns. But Mike Gangstad, the engineer hired for the job, says he's evaluated many options as part of a life cycle cost analysis.
By doing so, we figure out which one over this 20-year study period is the most cost effective. And that's what we went with.
DeLong says he's also frustrated by what he calls a lack of communication about public hearings. County commissioners approved a preliminary engineering report during a recent public hearing, but they didn't widely circulate a public meeting notice to media. Well, Brown says that was a mistake, and media will be notified about future hearings on the project. Reporting in Buck Creek, Joe Paul, News 18.